Hello, everyone. So this opening, thanks, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, first of all, for coming here for the first opening session. We will showcase you how a real sovereign solution can be built from Europe to challenge the American hyperscalers. And we will showcase how it can be built from ground up. Not from ground up, but by combining expertise of different companies that are very, very well experienced in their fields, and how they can use the existing expertise that they already have to create a product together that can challenge the American hyperscalers. My name is Lukáš.
And my name is Basil. Sorry.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Tolkien. That's one important thing about me. And Basil is the more experienced one, so he'll tell you more about that.
When I see it, Lukáš especially, I'm working too long time in cybersecurity operation. And now I leave the operation to be cybersecurity solution architect.
So first, we must tell you what the problem is, because if we are presenting you a solution, well, what is a good problem? What is a solution without a problem, right? So the problem is that as Europe is becoming more increasingly digitalized, and well, it's a great thing, right? We're increasing our productivity via that. We are able to get our medical records digitalized. We are able to access our finance, access our banking at any time we wish. It also comes with a small problem. It's another thing that we are risking that can be attacked, and of course that creates an issue. Especially when it comes to, let's say, critical infrastructure, because usually when the critical infrastructure is not working, such as energetics, it's not a problem just for the company itself, but obviously for another thousands of companies that are then damaged as well, with cascading issues, with collateral damage. So the problem of DDoS and of cyber attacks is systemic, right? A single attack can ripple through the economy.
Okay, a few figures about DDoS attacks. There is more and more offensive AI startup. So unfortunately, it will help a cyber attacker, and the size of the botnet used by the attacker are increasing a lot. So this increases the risk of DDoS attacks.
So I'll come here a bit closer now to explain you a little bit. So WEDOS, despite the name, is in fact a company that is concentrating on defeating DDoS. So we do not DOS. We say it's an acronym for We Do Security. So WEDOS protects against DDoS attacks through 3 simple steps that usually is the case for each and any company. It's about detection, it's about action mitigation, and then it's about resolution. The detection comes from some threat intelligence, comes from continuous monitoring of the assets that are being protected, and from risk assessment of certain sectors. For action, well, I'll talk about that a bit later, because that's our small specialty. And then the resolution. Any other proper company will not end with just solving the attack. They will end once the stability is restored, and once the customer is also notified, once the necessary things are set, once the NIS2 directive is completely fulfilled, and once all the reports have been given to the customer's hands. So what do we do different than other companies? Well, instead of focusing on a simple solution, on a black box that will protect you in one single point, we built an infrastructure. We built the biggest Anycast infrastructure that's currently in Europe, with over 123 POPs that are worldwide. You can see it kind of a little bit here. What it does, and what does Anycast mean, is that each of the POPs, each of the edge nodes that we have around the world have the same IP address. What we can then do with this is, through controlling the DNS, through controlling the routing of the domain, we're able to reroute the traffic first to our node, scrub it, clean it, do our mitigation, which can include putting in CAPTCHA, caching the content to serve cached content back to the attacker. We can employ a variety of different layer 7 rules. And then, only then, once the traffic is properly cleaned, scrubbed, we can send it to the origin server, which, then is hidden. It is safe, and it is not using as much computing energy because it doesn't have to listen to so many requests.
So post-Luxembourg strengths, we did the partnership with WEDOS. On our side, also Post. You see DEEP. DEEP is a subsidiary of Post-Luxembourg, which is a national operator in Luxembourg. So we operate many data center tier 4, and we have recognized expertise in this sector. We are also MSSP. And due to the Luxembourgish regulation, we have very strong expertise in compliance and regulation. I speak more faster than Lucas. So, our common proposition.
Yeah, it's a combination of three things, right? As I was talking before, it's not something that you build from ground up because that would be way too expensive. But we already in Europe have the capabilities to build solutions that are sovereign and that can match the American counterpart. So it starts first with infrastructure and software that would be provided by WEDOS, in this case.
Yeah, and on post side, we provide custom design and operation, so MSSP operation for our customers to manage Windows solution. And there is a third player in the game, which is not on the stage, but we work with. It's Zero-Base, a German company who provide a DDoS test. So they simulate DDoS attacks, and we use their capabilities to test the infrastructure test for our customer. So this is an independent third party, and it's a team of ex-pen testers, so they are doing quite a good job. So what do we propose to our customer? First word is sovereign. So everything is open source software. It's developed internally by WEDOS and serviced by Post. All technical teams are based in Europe. And if our customer needs have specific regulation or needs, we can select a point of presence in a specific country to rely with customer requirement and law.
So in the end, it is about creating a robust and a sovereign offer that is then using cross-border partnership around European countries to create a product that will then help anybody who is in European Union.
So typical use case in Luxembourg, you know, there is a lot of bank and financial institution. So they have different web application hosted by different providers. There could be a public reputation website, an e-banking website. And they have a lot of privacy and regulation concerns that we need to fit. So this is why we will create some specific design to fit their regulation and privacy concerns.
Another typical use case could be some internet-facing applications hosted by different providers, where it's not a problem. Usually when people think of DDoS protection, they think that their hosting provider or whoever is giving them internet is taking care of it. Well, that can only partly be the case. Usually what happens when you have a web hosting provider and you do get, let's say, overrun, you get your attacked, they will usually just let you die because it's too costly for them to keep you up. So usually, if you are somebody who has a service online, you do need to have a specific security solution in place to make sure that your business can stay continuous.
Yeah, and this is because it's based on DNS and anycast that we can protect you everywhere you are. So a flexible protection architecture. So in Luxembourg, as I already said, there is a lot of regulation concern, especially for financial institutions. So what we did for some of our customers is to use the worldwide Windows infrastructure to filter L3, L4 attacks, so without any decryption on the traffic. Then we offload the certificate for LSET protection, and we do that only on specific point of presence. So Post operate his own POP is our own data center. For our customer, we guarantee that our certificate and our traffic is only decrypted in Luxembourg by people under Luxembourgish law. And even if some customer need very specific, we can host the POP in their dedicated infrastructure if required. So, in conclusion, we are able to really create an architecture that will fit your privacy and regulation concerns.
So what are the main takeaways from today?
Yeah, so in Europe, what we have the knowledge. I will just name, for example, in Luxembourg, there is a very strong cybersecurity ecosystem. I will just name maybe the most famous, which is a Circle, doing the MISP. I think many people know, even in United States. So we have the knowledge for sure in Europe. We have plenty of smart people working in cybersecurity in every country. We have also the infrastructure. As mentioned, Post is operating his own data center, but we are also doing a partnership with OVH, so which is the most famous, maybe European French infrastructure provider in France. And so we have the infrastructure in Europe to create such offer.
And then WEDOS has some experience with the market itself. While we are providing DDoS protection services to governments, to governmental institutions, to European institutions, to banks, you name it, we got it. So it is coming from an experience that we already have accomplished.
So I think regarding the recent political situation, it's time to create a real, and I say real, sovereign offer. So only based, even for the hardware, if you find some European hardware, we can install the POP on European hardware. So to create real sovereign offer.
So we do not have to be dependent on the American hyperscalers. So come with us. Let's talk about sovereignty. Suppose it's used there in this specific case because that's how the Luxembourgish write it. So come to the Luxembourgish pavilion at F9. If you look from here, it's over there. So just follow that part. And you will be able to talk with a bunch of amazing colleagues from Circle, from MISP, from Lux Trust.
Yeah. So we can speak French, German, English, and Czech with Lukáš if you want.
There's probably
and best argument, we have some Luxembourgish beer on the stand, so you are all welcome.
So please come. Thank you. Thank you.
If there is some question.
Yes, thank you. We have little time. So if you have a question, des questions, s'il vous plaît. Tout est clair? Faut croire. Bravo, bah merci. Merci à vous, messieurs. Thank you very much. Ah, one question.
Yeah, one quick question is, technically this is all really good, but how do we deal with things such as the American companies buying out competitors directly with large sums of money to prevent companies such as you from becoming a big player in Europe?
Well, if it's just about money, if it's just about money, then it comes about funding, right? Just not be bought. We are independently owned. We have no investors that we would have to, let's say, increase our shareholder value. So for us, it's easy. We just want to stay sovereign because that's the use case. That's why we were built. If I can tell a small story, it will be very quick. WEDOS started as web hosting, so it was, the acronym was actually web hosting domains and servers. And this service, this DDoS protection, we developed for our own use in-house. And only now, after 5 years of development, we have decided that it's fit enough for the market, so we want to offer it also to the others, because we figured out we had a lot of success with it for our customers, and that we want to provide it also for others.
Yeah, just to complete, for Post Luxembourg, it's quite clear it's a national operator. I don't think the Luxembourgish government will resell Post. And if you want to discuss about WEDOS, the founder of WEDOS is here. And he can tell you there is a lot of proposition to resell his company, but he always doesn't accept. So.
Okay, thank you.